Good morning. My name is Megan Fichter. I'm the director of the Lakes Region Humane Society here in Ossipee, New Hampshire. I'll be your tour guide for today as I lead you through our facility and introduce you to some of our pets. This room right here is my office, so you can take a look around. It used to be a cat room, which is why we have plastic up on the walls. And then if you want to follow me, I'll take you for a quick tour of our lobby and introduce you to our office manager, Laura. Hi. This is Laura. She's in charge of doing all our deposits and adoptions and paperwork and data entry. She's been with us almost a year now, and this is our lobby. I'll take you across the porch now to come see our meeting room, which is new. I don't think you've seen it before. So we'll go outside real quick. It used to be part of our porch. In the past, the board used to pay to rent a facility to hold their board meetings, but now we have our own board meeting room. We use this for open houses, for events. We've done some trainings with the Humane Society of the United States in here, both for our staff and for local animal control officers. So we use this room quite a bit now that we have it. We have a little donation bin here on our porch. Whatever we can't use for our pets here goes to the Wolfboro Pet Pantry in All Saints Church. It's also a food pantry for people, but they come and pick up what we can't use and give it to locals in need. We recently constructed a new ramp, handicap ramp. We had one before, but this one's more ADA regulated. Caught us at a time where we're very low on cats, which is great, but we don't have a ton of cats to show you. Oftentimes some of the cat rooms that I'm about to take you to might hold anywhere between 5 and 7 cats apiece. Right now they're empty, but we'll go show you those rooms right now. This is the Cat in the Hat Haven. And as you can see, it's pretty empty right now. It's been sprayed with a bleach water solution a couple times. We've taken the opportunity to do some touch-up work here, fill in holes, paint, sand, while we're low on cats. Because we know it won't last long. In here we have our litter storage area and a little workstation, as well as some file cabinets. And then this is our finance office. It's mostly used by our bookkeeper, who only comes in once a week. But there's a sink in here, so we use this sink to provide water for the pets upstairs when they're up here. And then we'll head back out into the hallway. You can see we have an upstairs bathroom right here. Here we have the Taj Meow, which is another cat room that we have. Currently it has 3 cats inside of it. We're not going to go in. They're all in separate cages right now. They all have coccidia. One has tested positive for coccidia. The other 2 are no parasites seen. They're all being treated at the moment, and we're just not going to risk spreading the coccidia around by going into that room. But hopefully within the next couple of weeks we can retest the fecals, and fingers crossed that it'll be clear. We'll head back downstairs now. We're going to head right around the lobby to our Pounds Lounge, which is another cat room that we have. That door leads to the kitchen. The staff use it, but the public does not. In here you'll find Cashmere and Zorro. This girl right here is Cashmere. Both of these guys are spoken for. They're going to be going home together. And then over here we have Zorro. He's 18. He is a cat that we adopted out a long time ago, and recently his owner passed away, so he came back to us. He's very sweet. He just loves to lay on his heating pad in the sunlight and just soak up heat. That's all he really cares about. And then we have the Whisker Lodge. I should probably point out here that we have started a new system of color coding all of the tools for each cat room so that volunteers don't mix cat scoopers with different rooms and spread disease if there does turn out to be any disease. So each cat room has its own cleaning product. This is Mittens. Mittens wants to escape every day. So I'll pick him up so he doesn't leave. So here we have 3 cats in this room as well. We have Mittens here, who is very friendly. We also have Coffee Cake. She's friendly towards people, but she doesn't like other cats. So that's why she's in her own cubby. She just feels more comfortable like that. Typically we have free roaming cat rooms, but because she's just too stressed out to roam with the cat, she gets her own little lounge overlooking the cat room. And then this is Mittens' cabinet for when he wants to go into it. We leave it open so he can come in and out. And then we have a newbie here who was just transferred into this room yesterday and is still adjusting. Very friendly, just doesn't know what to make of the other kitties. Hi, hi. It's got the most striking eyes. Yes, you do. Okay. So I'll take you into our kitchen now. Well, you see where we prep all the food for the cats. We're going to go through the do not enter door because we're staffed. As you can see, this is our kitchen. We use it for food storage for both staff and cats alike. We have our canned food in here, and dishes and plates. This is our whiteboard that tells staff and volunteers how much to feed of what food to which cats in which cat rooms. To your right we have our different cat food storage areas and the general hallway cleaners that we use for common areas that animals don't go into. This here is what we call our adoption desk. This is where our animal techs and adoption counselors approve applications. This whiteboard here is to record pending adoptions, incoming surrenders, and any other messages, vet appointments, goals and reminders, that sort of thing. And then we'll take you upstairs. area. This is where we sanitize the upstairs litter boxes in a bleach water solution. The sink is around the corner to the left. This is Beth.
Hello.
Beth's getting ready to enter the room that has coccidia, so she's putting on her booties and her disposable gloves before she does the cleaning and feeding for that room. Here we have the kitty cottage, which is also empty this time of year. In the spring and the summer, these rooms get pretty busy, but we're a summer resort area, so our population triples in the summer, which is why we get smaller amounts of animals in the winter. So this room's all ready for the kittens that you'll probably see in quarantine once they're ready to come out of quarantine. Take a peek out this door just so you can see the outdoor exercise pens for the dogs. We recently had a second one added, that's the one to the left, over this past summer. So now we have 3 outdoor exercise pens that we can utilize for 3 different dogs at one time. Now we're going to head down the hallway. I'll take you to the basement where we keep the washer and dryer for cats and where we store dog food and cat food. As you can see, we have quite a bit of laundry to do. We have a big pile right here. And we get most of our blankets and towels and sheets donated. There's always plenty of those. The people around here are very generous with their unused towels. We collect boxes and egg crates for our behavior enrichment program. So they're all stored down here until we need to use some of our backups. It helps slow the dogs' eating down and makes them think about how to get the food out. So it's a fun little activity for them, and it's free for us, which is nice. Over here is food storage. We just had a Hill's pet order come in this morning, and so those still need to get put away. But this is where we keep our cleaning supplies and backup materials. And then this is a little shelf filled with some dog food and cat food. Once in a while people come in asking if we have anything that we can give them to help them for their pets because they can't afford it. Sometimes if we don't have anything to offer, we send them to the Wolfboro Pet Pantry. Other times we keep things in stock here so that we can offer them up to people who walk in. Just depends on what we get for donations. So we'll head back up. Next, I'll take you into our vet tech's office. That's our little pet hospital. And there's 2 cats in here. Whoops. Come here, you. That's our pet bathing station. We also use it to clean crates that are donated and our have-a-heart traps once they're returned. This is where the vet tech checks all of her fecals. You want to come up, Claude? We'll show you Claude. Claude came in a couple weeks ago. Actually, it's probably about 3 weeks ago. His owner couldn't afford a surgery. He had crystals. He needed a surgery immediately. He was not doing well when we first got him, but we got him into the vet very, very quickly. He had surgery, and he's recovered very well. He's just staying in the vet tech office for observation, and he loves it in here. He's the friendliest guy. I think he's got a little Scottish fold in half of his ear. And then in here we have Callie. Callie is only in here because she's eating the same special food that Claude is eating. She does not love it in here. She's used to the regular cat rooms, but she's on a special diet. She's a little overweight. This is our refrigerator where we keep our meds that need to be refrigerated in our Sharpies container. Medications are in these cabinets here. And this room is normally kept locked. Then we'll take you down the hall to our dog kennels. First, here's another bathroom. We call this our Barker Lounge. So we're about to enter the dog kennel. We have 4 dogs in here currently, and we have 1 dog in foster care. We're getting a transport up from South Carolina of 3 to 4 dogs next week. I'm not sure how many yet, but they're going to fill up the kennel quite a bit, and we have 2 owner surrenders potentially coming in as well. There is a fire extinguisher here, in case you didn't notice that on the way down. There's also one in the lobby and one upstairs. We have separate washers. This is Lacey. Oops. Oh, yeah. Oh, good girl. Hey. And then we have Red. Red, sit. Sit. Good boy. We have their toy chest. We have a treadmill that was donated to us so that we can exercise the dogs on poor weather days. The kennels have the ability to have a guillotine door come down, so we can make them large for the larger dogs and small for the smaller dogs. Okay, Lacey. You're a good girl. Shh. Good girl. This is Millie. She's a little timid girl. And this is Colleen. She's our kennel tech. She's hanging out socializing Millie right now. These sheets here can come down in case we have dogs that are a little fearful and don't want to see people all day long. They're also something we can use to put down when there's an aggressive dog walking by another dog's kennel. We also have our garbage storage is outside there. Those blue bins. It gets picked up weekly. And that red barn there is our feral cat barn. That's where we keep cats that we have determined over the length of time to be feral. We get them spayed, neutered, and up to date on everything. And they can come and go as they please in that barn. We do provide food, fresh water, bedding, and clean litter boxes on a daily basis out there, although it's not heated. This is our animal control room. So our local police departments have special key codes. They can get in via this door here anytime, night or day, and they can place an animal in here if they'd like. We have 3 kennels for dogs. We recently had guillotine doors installed in here as well, so that if we have 1 or 2 dogs that are larger, we can expand the kennel for them while they're here waiting for their owners to pick them up. We keep food in here so that the animal control officers can fill up the food bowls. They get the water from this little spigot down here. Here's our washer. That's our food storage counter over there. Our washer. We have a twin sink here for cleaning toys and dishes. We have our special dog poop toilet over here, so when we scoop up poop, we can flush it down this special toilet. And then this is our food storage room for the dogs. Right through this door is our quarantine area. This little guy, Charlie, was an owner surrender. After we took him in, we learned he had heartworms. So he underwent his first 2 heartworm treatments this week, and he's being kept calm and quiet here in quarantine, away from the other dogs, so he doesn't get too excited while he heals. He's going to be here for at least 6 months now. We also have a second quarantine kennel over here, which is currently not being used. And we also have a guillotine door that we had installed this year for quarantine as well, in case we have a rabid dog or a vicious dog, or if we want to make space for a bigger dog. And this is Millie. Millie is a 2-year-old wire-haired dachshund. She was surrendered by her owner because she was attacking the other family dog and the kitty cat. She's a little bit timid. She's got a little bit of a hunchback, and she has an issue where her back knees can pop in and out. So she's going to need to have an adopter who's aware of the inherent back issues that some dachshunds have, and that eventually in a few years she may need surgery on her knees. Millie. Hi, baby. Oh, hi. So here she is. Yeah. She's a good girl. Go ahead. This is Lacey. Lacey is about 2 years old. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Does she know lay down? Oh! There you go. Well, at least sit. I know you know how to sit. Good girl. Can you face the camera? Good girl. That's good. So this is Charlie. He's a little beagle mix who came in as a animal control dog. His owners found out that he was here and decided that they'd rather just surrender him, which they did. Shortly after, we realized that he has heartworms, and so he had his first 2 treatments last week. That's what these marks are here. He had his injections on either side of his spine. He's going to be with us, like I said before, for a month while he gets his 3rd treatment. We have to keep him leash only. He can't get too excited because we don't want him to have any blockages in his veins or his heart with those broken heartworms. So this is Charlie. Right. This is Red. Red was brought in. He was running at large a couple times, and the animal control brought him in. The second time, the police decided to put him under protective custody with us because his parents were going through a lawsuit against each other. So he's with us now. He's ours right now, and he's almost 6 years old. He's getting pretty old. He's great with kids. He's good with other dogs. He's very laid back animal. He's a little prey-driven. From what we hear, he's killed a few chickens and attacked a sheep. But other than that, he's really a people dog. A people dog and a dog dog. And he likes his stuffed animals. Yeah. You want a treat? You sit? Good boy. He's very gentle. Yeah. I'll poke our head out the door here because it's pretty foul weather right now. But you'll be able to see the dog exercise pens from a different view here. To your right, there's 2 more that are partially covered. And then to the right of the building, there's a 3rd partially covered kennel as well. We'll head up the stairs to take a look at the attic and the cat quarantine room. We're really excited because we recently got a grant to redo this attic. So we're going to be framing it up, adding sheetrock, dropping the ceiling down, adding hopefully rubber floors if we can afford it, installing better lighting, and we don't need to heat it. It's not too cool up here because all the heat from the building rises up here. But we're going to make it a dog training and multi-purpose room. Adopters can come up here with the dogs that they are considering adopting and hang out in a private place. It's where current pet owners' dogs can meet Humane Society dogs that might be going home that day. In a kind of a bigger location. If there's bad weather outside, it's a place where our shelter dogs can come up and play. We hired a dog trainer this year, and we're hoping to offer basic pet training and maybe even agility training here later in the year once this room is complete. We're toying with the idea of also renting it out so we can get a little more revenue as well. So we'll see. It's a work in progress right now. We're hoping it'll be done by March. Through here you'll see our cat quarantine. There are 2 kittens and 1 adult cat in this room. These 2 came in as strays. They did test positive for roundworms, so they're going to be up here for at least another 10 days. They're on meds currently, and we're going to retest their fecals. I think they only have about 7 more days so we can retest their fecal in hopes that we get a no parasite seen. And then to the left, there's another kitty in the left-hand corner who came in as a stray, although as you can tell, he's very, very friendly. No one's come to claim him yet. All of our lost cats we post to our Facebook page. Lost dogs we post to Facebook page and to GraniteStateDogRecovery.com. They're very helpful. They have a really good following. Over here we have a whiteboard so you can see which animals are new who came in and what they were treated with when they came in. And this is our sink right here, where we soak everything in a bleach water, from the food bowls to the boxes and the mops and the brooms as well. Everything gets sanitized before we use it, and any other kennel up here. You probably can't tell from the camera, but that is a heated room. It's a lot warmer than the attic. The attic isn't really cold, but that room is very, very warm. In the summer, we put an air conditioning unit in there as well to keep them cool. And there's also an air duct, so we can turn on a fan and have any odors or chemical smells leave that room. This is the animal control door from the outside. They enter their unique code into that padlock and are able to access the shelter that way. Up here we have one of our 4 video cameras, so we can try to figure out if people are dropping pets off overnight, especially if they're doing it in -degree temperatures and leaving them outside during the winter. This is the 3rd covered kennel we were talking about earlier. This is our snow rake. And I'm taking you now into our feral cat barn. So you're about to enter our feral cat barn. It's also used for storage of our lawnmowers and snow plows. But you'll see we do have fresh bedding and cat trees, clean litter, food, and fresh water for them. The rest is storage. They spend most of their time up in the attic here. They like to climb up that ladder and hang out upstairs. They can come and go as they please. Some of the cats stay here. Some choose to move on. But at least when they do move on, they're up to date on vaccinations and they're spayed and neutered, so they won't be reproducing. Hi, Lacey. A couple other things I should probably let you know. I know you wanted to see emergency things. We had these leashes that have a clip for the collar at one end and a carabiner at the top for another. Each kennel has one of these. Thankfully, we haven't used them yet. What they're for is in case of a fire or a flood where we need to evacuate the dogs quickly. What we're going to do is take them around to the far end of the X pen and clip them so that they cannot interact with each other. So we're going to use the carabiner to clip them to the fence just temporarily while the fire gets put out. Then we'll probably end up bringing them home with different staff, or maybe setting up in the barn if it's a time of year when it's warm enough to do that. So every kennel does have one of these. Again, here's another video camera in the kennel up here. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Lakes Region Humane Society. We really appreciate your consideration for this grant. Any support you can give would be so, so appreciated. Thank you for your time.